Okay, are we going?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, Arun, we're looking at these drawings for the level 2 decks, and this is the beam sheet. So I'm noticing you gave me on almost every beam, you gave me full length U-bars. So some places I can make that work, but in places like elevation A, for instance, where this perimeter wall is going to be poured up at a higher point, so the horizontals are going to be sticking in there, so I won't be able to get the tail in there. Even on this wall will probably be poured low enough so I could possibly take the column ties off to get the bar in, but I still wouldn't be able to get it in the other side. So situations like that, I need a right angle, full length that stops before whatever it's going to go into, and then a right angle with just a splice. That's the only way we'll be able to get these in on certain instances. So I've looked at this and I've got the elevations that we need to do the splice. So it's a full length U-bar. Well, it's a right angle basically, a full length right angle that stops just before the support, and then it's a lap length plus whatever the distance of the support with the right angle. Right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's happens in multiple places. I'll give Dave a list. He already knows all this, right, Dave?
Yeah, I already went through that.
Because the other thing I had, I don't know what you said, like how many, but I need range lines and spacing.
Like this.
Yeah, exactly like that. And then how much between this and then the next set, so that I know exactly what I'm doing. Is it on that page? Here on these added bars, I need, I can probably figure this out, but I shouldn't have to. I should know which bar is what. I need these called out so I don't have to. I should look at this and know. I shouldn't have to assume. I know these are probably the 29s. This looks shorter than this. These are probably the 16s. That's probably the 17.6. Just label them each. It's not that big of a deal. The other thing is these added bars. Where do these go? Top or bottom or middle? I don't know because you didn't tell me. Things like that I need indicated. All added bars, label them. Top and bottom, middle, whatever. I don't think this one has it. That's the sheet that has the drag steel on it. Okay, same page. The drag and cord steel, where does it go? I need a section cut of that showing me where in the deck it goes. Bottom mat, top mat, middle. I need to know where it's placed. How far out? What's my spacing? I don't know. You're just telling me how many runs. You're not telling me how far apart, or if there's a certain distance I have to keep it within.
Spacing off the edge.
Yeah.
Exactly like what we were talking about before with the typical runs. Spacing off the edge, depth in the slab,
Yep.
and then how many.
The other thing is this CJ. This does not look right to me. I believe the CJ is going somewhere over here. Why are we indicating it right here? I think that's wrong. I don't know if you know about that or not, Dave.
I haven't. I gotta look.
Yeah, because that's definitely, he's splitting it more in the middle, which is right here. Okay, let's go. Top mat support bars. So you're giving me to carry the first direction down top. So bottommost layer top. You're giving me 280 number 4s, 30-foot long stock. Just for this half of the building. When I see this, I see most of these are 20-footers. That's 6 runs if I go 4 feet on center. 4 30s and a 20 makes this span. So give me the 20. Give me the bar on the end. Don't make me have to cut something when it's going to be so generic like that. If it's 1 or 2 here or there, yeah, we'll cut them. But if it's all going to be the same, give me that. But even with that logic, I see 6, times 4 is 24 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's still less than 100 bars. Even if I took 3 over here, like, we're still not coming anywhere near this number. So this number of 280 needs to be looked at again, because I don't need them in between here. It's not going to carry anything that way. So that needs to be looked at. The upper layer is the same thing. Don't just give me, like you gave me 35 number 6s, 30-foot stock. Why not just give me the length of a bar that goes a foot into each one of these other bars? It's going to be the same all the way down. Then I don't have to cut them. And if you could, if they're not, if these are close to each other, make them all the same. Then it's even easier. Plus, I don't see taller standees. I feel like I should have taller standees to carry those bars, because the standee is going to sit on the lower layer, and the upper layer is going to be a bar diameter higher. So 2 bar diameters, just what I'm thinking. I don't know, without getting too much into it. So if we could do that, that would be great. I don't want to cut these bars just setting 30-footers out stock when we can do mass amounts of the right bar that could come right out of the shop. That's just faster and better for us. The clearance for sure should be 1 inch bottom, 1 inch top. I'm seeing 3/4 inches on all your section cuts. So we need to adjust that and adjust the standees accordingly. Oh, okay, let's go back to that beam sheet. David didn't staple these plans, even though he knows that I want them stapled. This is a problem of David's. But so, what's my clearance off the top and the bottom of the beams? I see your notes. I see slab, top, bottom end, beam, side and end. What about the bottom and the top of the beams? I'm assuming this is 1.5 inches, because typically that's what it would be, but I don't know because you're not telling me. So we need things like that indicated. We already talked about that. So let's look at this. Now, I don't know. I have to get with MJ Dean, but I'm pretty sure this stair bar should not be coming out with this deck, because it's not going to happen at the same time. Things like that aren't going to happen. We don't want them to come out super early because they get lost and then we end up reordering it. So something like this, I don't see happening. And in fact, this in itself, I guess they're going to have to deck it unless he's going to. Did they talk to you about form savers or something here? Because we didn't jet any bars out for any stair right here. We didn't do anything. We just came straight down.
So from what I'm hearing is happening here is the stair isn't going to connect to the walls or anything. So this will be suspended from level 2.
Well, he's showing the deck going into that.
So this is going to be like on grade. Right here.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so it'll be on the dirt.
Yep.
That doesn't make any sense. And why do they need stairs? Where are the stairs going to?
They'll backfill it. They'll raise it.
Oh, after he pours the wall.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and again, that's something I'll confirm with MJ Dean and see, but we don't want stairs and miscellaneous shit. I want that to come out when we know it's time. 18. Okay. What am I calling that? Section 18. Oh, yeah, this. So this, to me, this is section 18. it looks to be a beam, but I don't see a beam called out anywhere. On the is there supposed to be a beam somewhere right here? I mean, this is the wall that that's being shown. Where is this beam? That's a question that I have. I don't know where this beam is. When I look on the beam sheet, I see no beam here. But yeah, this is looking like a beam that's going to have some dowels coming out of it. Am I looking at this right? Is this not looking into the beam
looks
from
like
the side?
it might be
This
just
is
a
the
collector.
Deck. This is the deck, and then it's dropped down a little bit, and he's calling out some stirrups. But it would have to be right here, right? I mean, he calls this beam out, but I don't see no beam called out there.
Unless it's only in the wall.
That's not on my wall drawings, I'm pretty sure. Wouldn't I have had that? I would have had to have that in, right? So I don't know. Maybe I missed something, but if we could look into it.
Yeah, I'll look into
And
it.
that's all I have for the high rise, along with whatever Dave had pointed out. I still need to look at the low rise because looking at those beams, I only looked at the first page, but I want to make sure that these graduated ties and everything you came up with is going to work. Yeah, this whole thing. So I haven't had a chance to look at this, but the same rules are going to apply, especially with these U-bars for the beams. We really got to think about what this is tying into. What elevation is that concrete going to be poured to? Am I going to be able to either take, like some instances, you do have stirrups called out above where they're pouring the concrete, and I can pull those stirrups off and still use those U-bars. But if those stirrups are being intersected by a wall horizontal that is not going to be poured at the same elevation, it's poured higher, now I can't get them out, they're stuck. Or if it's a column that's terminating that has right angles turning out, I can't take those off. So then I need two pieces. The top ones, no problem. Less is better, we like less. So one piece, I like that, but I have to be able to get it in. And once you get to a certain length, you got to remember, I have to stand this up vertical to get it in. These are number 9s. Most of these beams are over 20 feet long. You're trying to stand that up, fish the tail in. It's kind of difficult, especially if the column is small. Like this, we'll go back to this just for reference. Now, this beam is not as long, elevation C, but that's that 18 by 18 concrete column. Our ties are 15 by 15. There's 8 verts in there. The tail on the number 9, it's going to be hard to get that in. That has, luckily this does not have, it doesn't terminate, this column continues. So I can pull those ties off and we should be able to do it. But if it did terminate and it had right angles, I wouldn't be able to get the ties off and I wouldn't be able to get those in one piece. So it's things like that we just kind of need to think about. And that's all I have on that.
All right. Thank you, Arun.
Thanks, Arun. You're doing great.